Hey, people, it's your boy Chubb Rap. There's a new sheriff in town, Southern Edge Beverage Company. And let me tell you, you better taste the edge. Watch this. Taste the edge. Sweet tea vodka, salted caramel whiskey will rock you. The taste is smooth and refreshing. Gluten-free, no harsh burn for the blessing. Make it neat. Have it on ice. Buy both bottles. Have it twice. Mix with your favorite fruit juice. Nice. Mix a liqueur combo. Hype. We're black owned. Yeah. Finest in Atlanta telephone. College Park. Check this bone. Sweet tea, vodka, fix your fam. Southern Edge Beverages, Instagram. Salted caramel whiskey on the edge. New sheriff in town, baby. Taste the edge. Southern Edge can be found in the following locations in the metro Atlanta area. Total Wine and More in Alpharetta. Camp Creek World of Beverages. Prohibition Liquor. Firewater Package. Crest Wine and Spirits and Bim's Package Store. It's time to taste the edge. Southern Edge, baby.
Hey, man, listen, the word on the street is real. SouthernEdgeBeverageCO.com. Everybody's talking about it, Doug.
Yeah, salted flavored caramel whiskey, sweet tea flavored vodka. Everybody and their mama. Chubb Rock, Jerry Stackhouse, all the Stewies, the dogs and the poodles, and this dude too.
Dana Dane with fame, Dana Dane with fame. And look what I got, that Southern Edge. Southern Edge. Woo, baby, that's right. That caramel salted flavor, baby, is all you need in your life. This whiskey is fire. Take it from the great one. Southern Edge, Southern Edge, Southern Edge. Full circle.
You heard the man, and you know who that is. The great Dana Dane with fame. Showing love to the good folks from Southern Edge Beverage Company. Now, Doug, he mentioned the salted caramel. Don't forget about the sweet tea vodka. Don't forget about the passion berry tequila. And don't forget about the S.E. Limon tequila, too.
Yeah. Nightmares of the night. That guy. Y'all don't know. If you under 50, you won't get that. But shouts out to the great Dana Dane with fame. Sir, everybody and their mama is talking about Southern Edge.
I'm very proud, man. You can find more information about Southern Edge at www.southernedgebeverageco.com. But like Doug said, everybody's talking about it.
I like to keep it on the edge so we max out.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. The choppers blocker, the coppers gon' try knock us when I'm swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. I'm on swerve, swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. The choppers blocker, the coppers gon' try knock us when I'm swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. I'm on swerve. Riding through the city, dirty money like Diddy. Got a bad chick with me, she want me to stroke a kitty. That kush smoke got me on the highway doing 50 plus your boy on swerve. Like I want the cops to get me, baby girl on the road. Say she like the way I do things, nickname me Staircase. Stepping up my shoe game, slide to the nudie bar, put a couple stacks on it. Find a hotel bed, put a couple backs on it. I'm on swerve, I'm on swerve at the drive-thru, try and keep my tires off the curb. Rock already told you with swagger we stepping. Got the shorty on your arm looking at my retro 7. But that get you quite offended. You look at me with ice grill. I ain't sweating you, dog. I'm higher than a light bill. So keep it easy with the move swing. Sucker knuckles stripping no shoestrings. Who bang? Swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. The choppers blocker, the coppers gon' try knock us when I'm swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. I'm on swerve, swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. The choppers blocker, the coppers gon' try knock us when I'm swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. I'm on swerve. In the club with my mans, got a drink in each hand. Mommy bustin' it open, all a boy can say is in. Plus she came with her girls, put them on with the homies. Get a little sweaty, grab a bite at the Shoney's. Swerving my Suburban, I got a few bottles. Ciroc and cranberry, and I'm stepping on the throttle. Inhale the perp, ooh yeah, like Randy Savage. These chumps hating on me cause they smoking on the average. Fresh pair of Air Max, brand new fitted. You saying something about money?
We have our new advertising rate sheet available. The Two Live Stews have a current reach of 50,000 people.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
Here's the big thing about it. If we advertise your business, you got to remember this is pretty much forever. It's in perpetuity because these videos are streamed and you can watch it over and over, and people can watch what we did 6 months ago, and they're still going to see your advertisement. Okay,
It's constant.
constant. All right. So, internet-based or Atlanta-based businesses, just going to shoot you real. I mean, if you're in Arizona and you got a brick and mortar, we probably can't help you a lot, to be honest with you. Now, if you want to advertise the show just to show some love, that's cool. But an Atlanta-based business and internet-based business, check us out. Email us, okay? sme.dougstewart@gmail.com. Here are your sponsorship packages starting at $75. And you're getting a lot of value from $75. In the Two Live Stews Facebook chat group, we got 40,000 people, okay? So you got 4 different levels. Level 1, $75. And really, it's still great because, once again, perpetuity. F with your boys. Okay? So if you're interested, email us. We'll send you this rate sheet, the packages, and advertise your business right here on the Two Live Stews.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. The choppers blocker, the coppers gon' try knock us when I'm swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. I'm on swerve, swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. The choppers blocker, the coppers gon' try knock us when I'm swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. I'm on swerve. Riding through the city, dirty money like Diddy. Got a bad chick with me, she want me to stroke a kitty. That kush smoke got me on the highway doing 50, plus your boy on swerve. Like I want the cops to get me, baby girl on the road. Say she like the way I do things, nickname me Staircase. Stepping up my shoe game, slide to the nudie bar, put a couple stacks on it. Find a hotel bed, put a couple backs on it. I'm on swerve, I'm on swerve at the drive-thru, try and keep my tires off the curb. Rock already told you with swagger we stepping. Got the shorty on your arm, looking at my retro 7. Bet that get you quite offended. You look at me with ice grill. I ain't sweating you, dog. I'm higher than a light bill. So keep it easy with the move swings. Sucker knuckles, tripping, no shoestrings. Who bang? Swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. The choppers blocker, the coppers gon' try knock us when I'm swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. I'm on swerve, swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. The choppers blocker, the coppers gon' try knock us when I'm swerving my Suburban, swerving in my Suburban. I'm on swerve. In the club with my mans, got a drink in each hand. Mommy busting it open, all a boy can say is in. Plus she came with her girls, put them on with the homies. Get a look.
Stewart Media and Entertainment presents the Two Live Stews Experience. We back, shawty! This right here, this ain't your ordinary-ish.
Two Live Stews Experience, Ryan Stewart, Doug Stewart. Baby, we back. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yes, we are back. It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you, but them folks sat us down forcefully. What up to the Qs?
Do not let anyone confuse you. The Two Live Stews started this shit. The Two Live Stews Experience, shawty. If you're not stewing, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, you're far too kind. All the applause. You're far too kind. Thank you. Thank you. No, thank you. No, I appreciate. Hey, good seeing you, player. live show pop-up, Two Live Stew style. Let me speak to the audience. Thank you. Thank you for coming through. Fly Tie, appreciate you, cuz. Yeah, man. Microwave, Richard Bullock, thank y'all for pulling up, man. I appreciate y'all in the audience. Audience, y'all are amazing. Hey, is that the Obamas back there? It's your boy One Live Stew, man, Ryan Stewart. Two Live Stews pop-up style. I'm very excited. Listen, y'all, we're sponsored by the good folks from Southern Edge, the Southern Edge Beverage Company. Check them out on the web at southernedgebeverageco.com. The company's doing some really, really big things, okay? We've got new distribution in the state of Georgia, so we'll be in more counties in Georgia, more than the 10 stores that we were in previously with the old distributor. New distributor is going to be on and popping, doing a lot of good things with the brand. Of course, we will be supporting the brand as well. Go to the website, southernedgebeverageco.com. Distribution in Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, covering states, making things happen. The location tab on the website will let you know where you can find us, when you can find us. Appreciate all y'all for being here, man. J-Dub, Motorsport TM, appreciate y'all. Microwave, Loose Tech Side. Real quick, throughout the course of the day, and I am your boy, One Live Stew, Ryan Stewart. Doug Stewart may be popping in later. And this is the Two Live Stews Experience pop-up style. Throughout the course of the day, y'all would be amazed at how much we are texting, calling, and chatting each other as a team, okay? When I say as a team, I'm saying Doug and I, the Naughty Dread, Arlie Michelle, welcome to Arliewood, entertainment reporter, the great Tree Taylor, who produces the show, Dr. Scott, who is an investor in the entire platform, and the proprietor and my business partner in Southern Edge. We talk and we chat about business, and we chat about everything that we do and talk about with this show. Okay? So today, early this morning, Dr. Scott sent me a text, and the text basically was alluding to the Dallas Cowboys quarterback situation and something that he heard that the Dallas Cowboys are thinking about doing moving into the future. Okay? About an hour later, the Naughty Dread hits me up and starts talking my head off about Brandon Ayuk, the 49ers receiver, and what's going to happen with his possible trade. Is he staying? What are they going to do? We go back and forth. And after going back and forth with Naughty Dread about the 49ers and Brandon Ayuk, after going back and forth with Dr. Scott and the entire group for a few texts, I text Tree Taylor, the producer, who's not here, by the way. Shouts out to you, Tree. Thank you for creating the studio. I shot everybody a text and said, this is a pop-up topic. These two text messages are a pop-up topic, and tonight we're going to do that. Who's available? What time are you available? We're getting back into the fall. Summer's ending. Kids are going back to school. Damn it, we're going to record. We're going to come on here and we're going to talk football. Every Monday and Thursday to this point, we're going to be coming live to do the Two Live Stews Experience. We're going to start incorporating more dogs and poodles, more of the listeners. The chat continues to jump. The chat is why we have to do more, because you didn't just want to talk. You didn't just want to talk, and you didn't just need a platform to talk. Y'all need each other in this chat room. Y'all need each other, and we're going to let y'all have each other. We're going to let y'all communicate, and we're going to do more so we can talk about more things, and we can let y'all do more of what y'all do in that darn chat room. We enjoy it. Okay? So I hit Tree up and said, we need to do a pop-up show. She agreed. She said she would set up the studio, but she would not be able to attend, so she's not here, but she did her damn job. Thank you, Tree. Thank you, Tree. You did your job. You ain't got to be in here every time we're doing something. All you got to do is what we ask you to do. You set this thing up right here. Thank you, Tree. All right? But she's not going to make it. Dr. Scott, who put the first topic in the air, that had us going this morning, early this morning. And Dr. Scott is a strange dude. He's a different kind of dude. He's a real businessman, okay? You know, he starts his day 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and he doesn't stop until 9, 10 o'clock at night, but he's right back up at 2 or 3 in the morning. And when he gets up, he's sending text messages about the business, whatever it is. So he sent the first topic. We talked about it. I said, hey, man, you too, Dr. Scott. You pull up for this pop-up tonight and get in on this thing. We're going to talk a little sports. It's fall time. That's what we're going to do. Dr. Scott's not here. That's fine. He ain't got to be here. We still popping up. Doug is a businessman. I got to go make the donuts. I got to do this. Got my foot on my throat. I'm doing so. Oh, my pinky toe got bronchitis in it. Oh, my left toe got glaucoma. But, you know, he was on all them text messages. He ain't comment all day. All day, he ain't comment. But guess what? I said, hey, man, we popping up tonight. Damn it. Popping up at around 8:30, 8:35. We're going to talk about these things we've been talking about, whether you here or not. Doug ain't here. That's his business. It's all good. I ain't tripping. And I'm getting to the meat. Me and Naughty Dread talked about all of it all day long. He starts sending stats and numbers and giving thoughts and saying this and saying that, and he got this opinion, and I'm listening and I'm replying and I'm saying, oh my gosh, I got to stop talking because we're popping up tonight. And because we're popping up, I'm going to catch him on a few of these different topics that we're going to do together, because apparently out of inviting 7 people to hang out in this mother freaker and talk some sports in the fall. It's football season. There's people right now playing football in several cities in this country, colleges. Everybody's in camp now. We got enough stuff to talk about, but only 2 people out of the 7 showed up. And damn it, I'm happy to say the Naughty Dread is in the building. What up, Naughty?
Oh, man, what's going on, man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing really great. This bottle might not be open, but I got another one over here that is. And I'm enjoying my Thursday evening. Wait a minute. Wednesday. I'm enjoying my Wednesday evening, sir. How you doing?
That bottle looks delicious.
Oh, man. And you don't really drink, Naughty, but it is good.
Yeah, I drink wine, but
really
I wish I could drink, but I just know myself, you know.
That's listen, man. I learned a long time ago, and it is the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. The Two Live Stews experience. I'm joined by the Naughty Dread for today's pop-up show. We're going to talk a little bit of sports and talk about the chat. Y'all make sure y'all communicating in the chat and doing what y'all do. We're going to talk about that too. Now, to make sure you starring some messages when you get a chance in there.
Yeah.
Check out Southern Edge and Southern Edge Beverage, co.com. Of course, they are the sponsor of the Stews, and they are fueling us to do what we do. So the Dread pops on, and he's been sending me these messages. We've been talking, and we try to get everybody to come in and have a little bit of fun for a little while. But there's only 2 that showed up. Dread, I'm happy as you. Because I know with your presence, there's going to be facts. There's going to be opinions. There's going to be a lot of diversity. You're not a DEI hire, but you're that kind of guy, and I'm looking forward to it.
Did I ever tell you what happened the last time I had a drink?
I would love to hear that story, and we got time.
Oh, man, I end up taking a random home out from the gas station. The next morning, I was like, I'm done. I can't afford to do this no more. It's over with.
Time out. You wasn't in the club when you took a random home.
No.
You wasn't at no lounge. You wasn't at a restaurant.
No.
You took a random home on that sauce from the gas station.
Right. From a rinky-dink gas station, too. You know, the gas station that just smells like a dumpster on the outside, got trash everywhere.
Because people be peeing all over the place.
Right.
Well, so she wasn't the one.
Well, apparently that drink had me turn to shallow hell.
Tell the story. Who's Shallow Al, Dread? Tell the story.
Shallow Hell. You never seen the movie Shallow Hell?
I have not seen the movie Shallow Hell.
Yeah, Shallow Hell. The guy he thought this girl was beautiful. She's the most beautiful girl in the world as far as but in real life, she was like 300 pounds. Right. But for some reason, he saw totally different than the rest of the world saw.
Real quick, remember your story and where you are. You never had no loving with a 300-pounder before, Dred?
300, not quite 300. The highest I ever been to.
It's a 8:45. It's not dark outside yet. It's almost dark, but this is an after-hour show. We can talk a little bit, Dred. We can talk a little bit.
Right.
Two Live News, Naughty Dred, Ryan Stewart.
I
Two
think
Live
the biggest.
News experience go down pop-up style. You never had no big back loving before?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think quite 300. I think the highest I ever had was 260. And I probably was about 125 at the time. So
Okay. Two Live News, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Doug's not here. We're going to get into these sports, but Naughty done did something else. So before we get into these sports, I'm going to tell y'all a story. You said 260, Naughty. If you were to round up, would you round up or down?
I would probably round up.
She's 300, Naughty. Okay? She's 300.
Rounding up is like 270.
So many moons ago, it's like 1990. I graduated high school in 1991. So it's like summer. We're reporting to camp. It's 1991. I'm at Georgia Tech. I'm about 2 or 3 weeks in. School hadn't started yet, but the team is there. There's some other athletes on campus. Pickens is slow. Pickens is new. Ain't got no action because we've been there and all we're doing is practicing, meeting, eating, sleeping, and back to the field, lifting weights. It's like a month of it's crazy, but I'm excited about my future. I'm in ATL, school starting soon, but Naughty, I'm horny as hell. Okay, I mean, I want some action, and I want some action bad. Okay, all right. So we get an off day from time to time, and on the first off day, I'll never forget it. A bunch of freshmen are on my floor. Upperclassmen got their plans, and they're doing things on their off day. We get this off day, and a couple of guys say, man, we're going to go over to the AUC. Okay. So we go over to the Clark Atlanta University, hanging out at Spelman, hanging out at Morehouse, Morris Brown. I mean, it's a good time. And the whole time I'm over there, I've been in Atlanta and away from my parents and on my own now for about 2.5 weeks. I mean, 17 days or so. And I used to get a little action back in the day in my hometown. I get a little action back in the day. So I'm horny as all get out, man. And I'm like, you know what? The first opportunity I get, I'm not going to judge nobody. I'm not looking for the dime. I don't need this. I don't need that. I just need some action. And listen, y'all, real quick. And it is the Two Live Stews and the Two Live Stews experience. Ryan Stewart joined with the Naughty Dred. Listen, y'all, this is a terrible story to tell, but I mean, I'm 50 now, and I feel bad about telling the story, but I'm 17, 18 years old back then, okay? And the action is what I wanted. The action is what I needed. So we over there, and we're over there for about 2 hours talking to people. Clark Atlanta is back in school at this point in time. Morehouse is back in school. Morris Brown is back in school. Georgia Tech was on the quarter system. We started later. Those other schools at the AUC was on the semester system, Dred.
Right.
Young lady approaches me and she says, do you go to school here? Right. And this was shortly after I had just said, I'm not going to judge nobody. It is what it is. And she was a very, very pretty lady, Naughty Dred. I mean, she had hair down to the middle of her back. She had makeup on. She was dressed nice. But when I tell you she was every bit of 275, 280 pounds, I am not lying at all. She looked like the Chris Brooks is one of the biggest tackles we had at Georgia Tech. And she was about 24 inches shorter than Chris Brooks, but she was about the same size as he was. But I said to myself, you said you wasn't judging nobody, right? What you gonna do? 5 of them together, her and about 4 of her friends. 2 or 3 of the friends were like dimes, but she's the one that pushed up our. She was being kind tonight. She was pushing up.
Oh yeah,
she went
they
to her,
always kind.
and I looked around and I'm like, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do what I just said I was gonna do. I said, "Them your friends over there?"
Right.
He said, yeah, we all together. That's my friends. I said, okay, well, how they gonna feel? How they gonna feel about you when you disappear for a little while? What are you talking about? You so fresh. You so fresh. He said, where we going? I got the truck right back over here. It happened really that fast and that quick. And it disgusts me
Right.
to this day. It disgusts me. But we get back to the truck and I'm like, so listen, my name is Marvin and I'm an alien. I'm only here for the day. So what happens, I don't need you to judge me. I'm not going to judge you. And Nadi, when I tell you, it's after dark, okay?
Right.
My kids can't hear me. That thing was like Niagara Falls.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That thing was like Niagara Falls, Nadi.
I was just about to ask you, was the Newsy good? Because when I was in the 270, 260, whatever it was some of the best I ever had in my life.
So listen, it is the boys, Two Lies, Two's, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Okay, I'm over here sweating and not believing I'm telling y'all this story, but it is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. I came to the conclusion that maybe it was like Niagara Falls because she had 3 dime pieces in her crew. Other chick wasn't bad looking. She wasn't bad looking either, but she was just the big one.
Right.
She probably didn't get a lot of action. She probably didn't get a lot of play. When you're hanging out with a crew like that and you're number 5 out of 5, everybody not pushing up on you. They're pushing up on everybody else. So when I approached her the way I did, she was excited to be like, wait a minute. He saw my crew. He just talked to me about my crew. He's still choosing me. Maybe she wasn't getting no action. And for that, them falls was cut on, Nadi.
Oh, yes,
because
sir.
when I tell you I had to take the car back to the car wash a couple times to clean that thing out, I'm telling you the truth, Nadi. Now I'm asking the Lord to forgive me because this is not what's supposed to be going on right here. Father, please, Father, just forgive me. It's the Two Lies Two's, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Not if you want to share your heavy big back experience, I'll allow you to do so. But if you don't, we can just get into what we're talking about.
Oh no, it was good. She was, she actually helped me out in my life. When back in the day when I was interning for y'all at 790, she made that all possible, man. She gave me all her money, a credit card, a car. She gave me a place to stay. She allowed me to.
You was always there. You was always on time. You was ready to do whatever you need to do. I mean, so she was a blessing to you. She helped you make it happen.
Hey, she's a friend for life.
Unfortunately, my friend, I never saw her again. and honestly, that was about the right under the 3-week mark that I was there. The minute I left, I was like, damn, I should have got that number. School started like a month later, so I ended up meeting some new people. But boy, it was a good time. It's your boys, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Doug is not here. The Naughty Dread is with me. We're gonna talk a little bit of sports. Earlier this morning, Dr. Scott sends us a text. Before we get to the crux of that text, he was talking about the Dallas Cowboys and what they were going to do with Dak Scott. In your humble opinion, Naughty Dread, what are the Dallas Cowboys doing? We know they're still negotiating. They're probably going to negotiate up until camp start. I mean, until the season starts. But if a deal's not done by the time the season starts, Dak Prescott, who has 2 times in his career already played for his contract.
Right.
He's gambled on himself twice already, and he's won both times. But here we are, weeks before the start of the season. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, the Dallas Cowboys have not signed their $50 million quarterback to this point. What's your thoughts, Nadi?
Well, last time Dak got the contract from Jerry Jones said in the press conference and said, "You beat me. You got over on me this time."
Yeah, good point, Nadi.
I don't think Jerry Jones want to got over again, and the reins are sort of on the wall. If Dallas don't give Dak Prescott a contract prior to this season starting, Dak Prescott won't be a Cowboy next year. I don't care what happens. If they lose, win, or draw, he will not be a Cowboy next year.
Okay. Right now on the record, Nadi, put it on the record. What are you thinking the Cowboys are going to do? Will that deal get done before the season starts or not?
I don't think it's going to get done before the season starts. I think Dak is gone. I mean, you
Dre,
got
go ahead. You got what? Go ahead.
there's a reason why the Cowboys took a flyer on Trey Lance a couple years ago, so they can develop him in hopes that if Dak doesn't get it done, I think they're going to be ready to flirt with either Trey Lance or another quarterback to come in.
Okay. I want you to rank, before I get to the Trey Lance thing, I want you to rank Dak Prescott. It ain't got to be specific. Just give me a roundabout. Is he in the third tier? Is he a second tier quarterback? Is he first tier quarterback? If you were saying is he top 3? Is he top 5? Is he top 8? Tell me your thoughts on Dak Prescott so we can get into this thing. Let's unpack this thing, Dre.
Just off the top of the head, he's between 10 and 15. I got like him and Kirk Cousins right in the same spot with me.
Dak and Kirk Cousins?
14, 15, somewhere around there. He might be 12.
No, you got to stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that now. You don't mean that.
I'm just.
You're not putting Dak Prescott in a mold of Kirk Cousins. You're not telling me that if Kirk Cousins was on this side and Dak Prescott was on this side, and we didn't see the jersey number that they had on the same uniform. We couldn't tell if either of them was white or black. We don't know who was who. You're telling me that without a question, you would take Kirk Cousins over Dak Prescott?
I flip a coin between the two.
You're saying they're similar. Oh my God!
I flip a coin between the two. Both of them give you great production in the regular season, but when the playoffs start, they lay an egg. They don't get it done.
Dak don't get no respect, and he deserves much more respect. I'm not a Cowboy fan. Some would call me a Cowboy hater. But for you to say that Dak could be one and or synonymous with Kirk Cousins, that's a damn shame. I think Dak is a top 8, top 9 quarterback in this league. I think that if Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones don't pay that man his money, like you mentioned, prior to the season started, he is not going to take some deal down the line. He is going to test free agency. He's going to play for his deal. He's going to bet on himself, and he's going to win. If they don't pay Dak Prescott a number that he is, at the end of the day, cool with, he is going to allow the free agent market to determine what he ultimately makes, and someone will be paying him $55 to $58 million a year.
I agree. I mean, that's the best thing about being free. I mean, when you free, somebody's got. It's not a lot of great quarterbacks in the NFL. A lot of teams are desperate for a quarterback. So Dak,
no question.
So even with me saying Dak is between 10 and 15, I think he's going to be the highest paid player in the NFL history come this offseason.
Nadi, I agree with that. But if he's a 15th ranked quarterback, he's not a special quarterback, and the guys that are special in this league are making $50 million or more right now.
Look,
that's the number. There's like 8 of them that's making $50 million plus right now.
Okay. We've seen this same thing play out.
Remember what you're gonna say. Please. Dak Prescott or Jordan Love?
Jordan Love.
Dak Prescott or Trevor Lawrence?
Well, that's a close one right there. I probably have to go. I'm probably gonna take Trevor Lawrence because he's younger.
Come on now, they don't play radio. Don't play podcast with me.
I'm telling you what I like Trevor Lawrence.
No.
I like Trevor Lawrence ever since he was in Clemson. Trevor Lawrence is a gamer. I like Trevor Lawrence.
Dak Prescott or Justin Herbert?
I like Dak better than Justin Herbert. I like Dak better. Justin Herbert, to me, he loses too many games in the fourth quarter.
I've always called him Herbert, like Bobby Herbert. Dak Prescott or your boy in Buffalo, who you know how I feel.
Josh Allen. I'm taking Josh Allen. Yeah, over Dak Prescott. Yeah, I'm taking Josh Allen.
Trey Lance is not a good quarterback.
No.
The Dallas Cowboys missed with that. They're going to have to do something else. Trey Lance is not the future of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I think what Dallas did was the right move, but I think more of a right move than what Dallas made. The San Francisco 49ers pimped the system by pimping Dallas to get that 4th-round pick that they got for Trey Lance. He is not worthy of a 4th-round pick. So at best, in my opinion, to this point, and we hadn't seen him really be given the opportunity to be the guy.
Correct.
At best, to this point, I think all he'll be is a backup that can come in, a backup that'll hold up the pad, the clipboard, a backup that can give you 3 or 4 games, but I don't think he's the guy that a team wants to count on. So he's not going to be the guy for Dallas. If they don't sign Dak, if Dak tests the market and ultimately is free to leave to go get more paper and go get where he's going to get love and doesn't feel disrespected by the Dallas Cowboys, Trey Lance will not be the guy that's going to be the starter moving into the future for the Dallas Cowboys. Do you agree?
I mean, I don't know. It depends on Dallas's developmental team. I mean, I've been hearing reports of Dallas camp. I follow it a little bit, and Trey Lance has been doing well so far. So I don't know how well those coaches that they have develop quarterbacks. I mean, Jordan Love wasn't the prize of anybody's eye until he got an opportunity to play.
Until the last 10 games of the year.
Right. So, I mean, I have to see how it plays out. But, I mean, based on what we saw in San Francisco, he didn't look like a candidate to play in the NFL. So
now we get to the crux of the matter. This morning, Dr. Scott told us that he saw a story on a reputable news outlet that talks about sports all the time. We looked it up and found the same story on other reputable sports reporting platforms. The topic was Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones has no intentions on signing Dak Prescott long-term because the Joneses have all intentions on figuring out how to get Shedeur Sanders from the Colorado Buffaloes to be their quarterback into the future starting next year. The Naughty Dread immediately said, it don't work like that.
It don't work like that.
That is not what's going on, said the Naughty Dread. And my response to you when you said that, Naughty Dread, was what?
That it's possible.
That is not out of the realm of possibilities.
Right.
Okay. Let's start this off real quick before we get into the second topic, which we've already teased what the second topic will be. We are the Stews, fueled by the good folks from Southern Edge. We appreciate your Southern Edge. Check them out on the web at southernedgebeverage.co.com. This is a salted caramel that I'm enjoying this evening. We've got a sweet tea vodka that you can enjoy whenever time allows you. And there is also a few different tequila drinks that we've got. One is a passion berry. One at this point in time is an SE Limon. Again, check them out at southernedgebeverage.co.com to find out where you can purchase our spirits. Being distributed right now in South Carolina, Florida, and Georgia. Dread, tell me why there's no way Shedeur Sanders will be the quarterback for Dallas Cowboys.
And Chief Rocker is in the chat calling me a hater when I have no reason to hate on Dak, the Cowboys, anybody. I'm just being objective here. I know you're a fan, but
that's what it is. He's a fan. What is fan short for, Naughty Dread?
It's a fanatic. Right.
Fan is short for fanatic, and you can't talk to a fanatic about nothing.
Correct. And that's why I'm not a fan. I'm a historian of the game, and I analyze what I see and I analyze the history. But back to the Shedeur. It's highly improbable that the Cowboys will be in line to get Shedeur, considering you're going to play. Everything has to go to hell this year. You still got Dak on the center. You got a good team. I'm pretty sure they're going to get CD Lamb figured out real soon. So the only way this can happen is if Dallas somehow falls into a top 5 pick. If you don't fall to a top 5 pick,
that's not true, Naughty.
Okay,
that's not true. I know you've got more to say, but remember where you are and what you plan on saying next, because they don't necessarily have to fall into a top 5 pick. And what you're insinuating by them needing to fall into a top 5 pick is that they're going to have a good season. So they'll be picking later on in the first round. If they've even got a first round pick, I hadn't done that study yet. Okay. You're also suggesting that Shedeur Sanders will have the season at Colorado this year and the draft stock and or grade to be taken as a top 5 pick. Is that the way you feel right now?
I feel like Shedeur will be a top 5 pick in the next coming NFL draft. He likely will be the number 1 quarterback coming out.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Nadi, how do trades work in this league? I know there's a salary cap, but how do trades work in this league? Nadi, before we continue and you answer how do trades work, let me write that down. How do trades work? And Dogs and Poodles, Dredd is someone that is going to have an answer for this question because he understands sports. Okay? This is a guy that I respect his sports acumen to the highest that anyone can respect someone's sports acumen. How do trades work? Okay, real quick. There's 32 teams, Dredd.
Correct.
32 owners. And the owners have hired one person to govern their league. He's called a commissioner.
Right.
The commissioner is paid a ridiculous amount of money by all of these guys that are owners in this league to govern their league. It's their party. Okay? You got a group of friends on your phone or several groups of friends like I do where there's different text threads. 3 people in this thread, 8 people in this thread. I got a couple of golf threads that's got 12 or more people in it. My line brothers in this thread, that's 7. I got the 100 Men of Atlanta and Columbus in this group right here. There's about 50 of us in this group. The owners have 32 guys on one text thread that they communicate and talk about their business. Okay?
Right.
All right. There's rules that they can and can't do. There's times they can do this. There's times they can do that.
Correct.
They let the commissioner know, Roger Goodell, he's the commissioner. They let Roger Goodell know what they want him to do, how they want him to do things. They go. It's a whole thing that is theirs.
Yes, it's theirs. Right.
Do you think for 1 second that Jerry Jones can't pick up the phone and call whoever may ultimately end up with the first pick or the second pick and say, hey, look, man, this is going to sound crazy because I know we're picking 29. But what can we do for you to allow me to give you my spot and I take yours?
Wow, you're talking about going from 29 to 1, 29 to 2.
Well, hold on. If it's this gang's party, this gang's group, this gang's network, if it's this gang's company, they run it, they govern it the way they want.
Right.
Don't you think in business that things happen off the books and off the records?
You know what? You sound
these guys are friends at the end of the day. Now,
yeah, you sound like me talking about how the league is professional wrestling. From that standpoint,
don't look at it like a league. No, don't look at it like a league.
Right.
Don't look at it like a league. Remember, I asked you to look at it like your group of friends that you have on your damn phone.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give me a what they call a ransom for that pick. I mean, we gotta do like a Herschel Walker type deal. Listen, somebody's gonna bite the pill.
I got that. Stop. I got that written down right here. Herschel Walker. How did Jerry get him? Damn it. Talk to me about that, Dredd. Because what he gave up to get Herschel Walker has like never been done before. And
correct.
He made it happen, but it wasn't supposed to happen. What happened with Herschel Walker, Dredd? And because of what happened with Herschel Walker, and I know you knowing what happened with Herschel Walker, how come he can't get Shedeur Sanders?
No. Jerry traded Herschel Walker to Minnesota for a buttload of picks that end up bringing him a Super Bowl.
I wasn't talking about how Jerry got Herschel Walker. I was referring to how Herschel Walker ended up benefiting Jerry. A
Yeah.
phone call. A phone call,
Correct.
Dred. Hey, man, I'm going to do something. Hey, I'm calling Minnesota. I'm willing to do something that has never been done in this league before because I
And
know
that's-
you want this guy.
And it was such a catastrophe that it never been done again.
Well, but here,
It was
but here you go. The fact that it's never been done again is one thing. What I want you to focus on for just a brief second is the fact that it has been done in the past.
It has been
My
done.
comment this morning to you was, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
And my
We see
comment
some
to you,
crazy
my
stuff.
comment to you was it's highly improbable. Not meaning it's not impossible, but
Right.
chances are it will not happen. There's maybe a
Okay.
1% chance that something like that'll happen. I mean, you're gonna trade CD Lamb, you're gonna get rid of Michael Parsons, you're gonna get rid of your next round first, your next year first, the year after that first, a second round after that. Yeah, you're gonna give a buttload of picks to get this one player. Then it's some team might run with it.
What did I say earlier, Dred? It's not out of the realm of possibility. Real quick, I know for a fact that Jerry Jones likes Deion Sanders. I know for a fact that Deion Sanders loves the Dallas area. He's living in Colorado now because he's coaching there. He got a full-time job there. He needs to be there every damn day. But the days that he does get off, he jumps on Colorado's private jet and he flies to Dallas because he's got a whole setup in Dallas. He's been in Dallas. He's always had a residence in Dallas. He's got property in Dallas. His lake is in Dallas. His connections are in Dallas. He's
Right.
still a former Cowboy. He don't pay for no meals in Dallas. Jerry Jones is what? A businessman.
Correct. So,
So,
what? He gonna hire
real
Deion
quick-
to be the coach of the team too?
Well, that's not out of the realm of possibility. You know why? Because at the end of the day, the Dallas Cowboys ain't won ish in how long? But Jerry's made how much money? What's the most expensive franchise in the NFL? What franchise is that?
Yeah. it's Dallas
Jerry
Cowboys.
Jones is about his dollars, man. He's about
He's
his
about his
money.
dollars.
So if he could have Deion Sanders as a coach, which is possible, and his son as a quarterback, which is possible,
Look, this is
how much
This-
money could he make off of a father-son head
Yeah,
coach
yeah,
and quarterback
you know what?
situation?
This
And
is-
now,
thi-
real quick, I know it's out there, and I know everybody's saying, "Boy, that ninja really on that Southern
Yeah,
edge tonight."
It's on that Southern Edge tonight.
None of what I'm saying is out of the realm of possibility. None of it.
This is
I'm listening. I'm
this
ready.
is
I
not
said a
a
lot.
this is not a LeBron Bronny situation
Stop. Why not? Why
because
is it not? Why is it not a LeBron situation?
Shadur can hold his own. He don't need his dad's help to get him in the league. He gonna be top 5 regardless of
Ain't nobody
whether his
said-
dad can
ain't-
do or not.
Ain't nobody said nothing about Shador needing his dad to do anything. You mentioned that. I did not mention that. I know Shador's value. I know the pick that he's probably garnering right now. I know the difference of Bronny and LeBron. That's, again, it's not out of the realm of thinking because Jerry is a businessman. And if the Dallas Cowboys have a coach with the ilk and the prowess of Deion Sanders and his son at quarterback, that's going to be a story that pays that
No.
franchise
No.
for years to come.
No, first of all, I understand what you're saying, but first of all, I'm not sure Deion Sanders is a great coach. As much as I love Deion, I'm not sure he's a great coach because last year in that Stanford game, that was Deion's fault. Deion blew
I
that
agree.
game.
I agree.
Okay, so
I
with that
agree.
being said, Jerry Jones is getting up there in age. He's close to kicking the bucket. He
Yep.
in the Joe Biden state,
Right.
and he wants to win a Super Bowl before he goes.
Agreed.
And in my opinion, I believe his best opportunity of winning the Super Bowl is to pay CD Lamb, pay Dak, make sure Michael Parsons get paid, and go with that structure because they're almost there. They this close to being where they want to be. A break here, a call there in the playoffs, and you you might got a Super Bowl opportunity. But starting over with Shador, after you got to trade all that I just said, you got to trade.
I hear you. I
You
hear
might suffer for another 3-4 years before
Right.
you even get an opportunity to
But
sniff
the
a Super
Cowboys,
Bowl.
I know you're saying, and all the Cowboys fans say how bad Jerry wants Super Bowl, how bad Jerry wants the title, how older Jerry's getting. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, my humble opinion, I think Jerry probably likes money more than he likes a Super Bowl trophy. He's got a few of them already anyway.
He
But
got so much
money,
money.
well,
He got so
well,
much money at this time. I mean, when you at the age that he is, he needs to have one more trophy so he can have bragging rights and say, I did this.
I won't argue that. And he wants to be one of the leading franchises when it comes to getting Super Bowls. He wants to be able to say, hey, look, Pittsburgh Steelers, look what I got. I got 5 now. I get it and I understand. I get it and I
Right.
understand.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think Jerry tells the truth hardly any of the time. So when he says, I'll spend whatever for a Super Bowl, or like he said this last offseason, we're going all in. I haven't seen anything that tells me that he'll pay anything for a Super Bowl or that he's going all in. So I don't know if he's telling the truth, but if he
F-
lied, he told a lie.
FM in the chat room says Jerry Jones will go 0-4 since 1995. It's all his fault.
I agree with that.
Rel
He needs to
Scott. Go ahead, Dred.
Jerry needs to let football people do football things. The problem with Jerry is he wants to take all the credit for the success of the Cowboys. He
Right.
can't be like most owners who will put football people in charge, let them run a show, win a Super Bowl, and then they just hand him the trophy at the end. But
Right.
you're gonna have to give a
He
credit to
wants
the
to make,
coach. You
he
gotta
wants
get
to
a
make
credit.
calls. He wants to
Right.
make calls.
Correct.
He wants to make calls. Rel
Correct.
Scott. Dion had a bad season with the leftovers in Colorado, and he's not a good coach. Make it make sense. Well, my whole thing is the star power of Dion and Shador being in the NFL and the number that they could turn. That's my whole thing. If he's a good coach or not is still questionable. Okay? And hiring every coach in the National Football League rail is hit or miss. Now, Jerry's hit on the coach he's got now, McCarthy, but guess what? He's won 13 damn games a year, 12 damn games a year
Right.
for 3 years, and he's still on the hot seat.
Correct.
Yeah. So hiring Deion Sanders, if it's going to make him a few $1 billion, which it will, hiring Deion Sanders and maybe missing a year or two of another shot at the Super Bowl ain't out of the realm of thinking and or possibility.
I don't see
That's
Deion,
all I'm saying, Rail.
I don't see Deion Sanders being a yes man. The coaches
Why would he be? I agree with you 100%.
Okay. The coaches that Jerry Jones likes to hire are coaches that will allow him to coach from the front office. When he had Jimmy Johnson, he fired Jimmy Johnson after a Super Bowl because Jimmy Johnson was getting the credit and Jimmy Johnson gonna run it his way. He got rid of Bill Parcells because Bill Parcells wanted to buy the groceries and cook the meal and everything, not giving Jerry Jones any of the credit. So after that, he started getting a bunch of coaches that Chan Gailey, Wade Phillips, and all these guys. The guy who was with the Giants, yeah, he started getting all these guys who would just do what Jerry say. Be a yes man to Jerry, just like Mike McCarthy. That's why Mike McCarthy goes 12-5 down there every year, and still he's on the hot seat.
I know Deion well. He's no yes man, but he too is a businessman.
Correct.
And I know Jerry. I don't know him personally, but we can see how he's running his business. I feel as though I know what he would be doing and or thinking when it comes to what I'm about to say. All the bad coaches he's hired over his damn career, you don't think he's willing to sacrifice 2 or 3 years to hire a Mr. Everything in Deion Sanders that's going to bring him a few $1 billion by doing so?
2 or 3
Think
years
about that, Dred.
2 or 3 years ain't guaranteed to Jerry Jones. He need to win now. He need to win this year. This is the only year that's guaranteed to Jerry.
Yeah, again, the moral of my story is that is not out of the realm of thinking that no matter where Dallas ends up, because I'm questioning if there'll be a team picking towards the end of the draft or if there'll be a team picking in the top 10 this year. I'm not impressed with a lot of things that's going on in Dallas Cowboys right now. So it's not guaranteed that they're going to be picking 30th, 31st, 32nd. That's not guaranteed.
You're right.
I can see them picking in the top 10. I can see them picking top 12, top 15. I can see that.
It's possible. If they can get inside the top 10, then that trade will be a little bit easier to make. You won't have to give up as much. And you might then DeYoung can say, Shedeur can't play for this team and this team.
Getting ready to wrap things up. Your boys, the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Two Live Stews Experience. Appreciate the Naughty Dread for hanging out with me. Only one that was willing to come through to get this thing done. We're going to bring y'all more content. We're going to do more things on this platform so y'all can talk and do what y'all are doing in this chat. Mr. Big Play Bray. Everyone hit the like button, please. Thank you very much, Big Play. Thank you very much, Big Play. I mean, that's huge. Everyone hit the like button. We really need that. Shedrick Moore. Dang, Naughty. Huh? Dang, Naughty.
I get a lot of backlash off this show, man. I read the comments, man. I get a lot of backlash, but I'm all right with it. I just appreciate everybody for tuning in and also chiming in with your opinions.
260 equals 300. Yes, Mr. Big Play Bray. 260 equals 300. Naughty tripping over there. Loose Nick's eye. Love me some fluffy sisters. Hold on and ride. That's the truth. Hey, man, I didn't do it often, but the few times I did, really enjoyed myself. I'll be honest with you. James Cooper. Reminds me of the Bill Cosby album where he talked about always going for the ugly ones. That is a truth right there. You know, when you're looking at a crew, there's somebody in that crew that always gets play. You know, I said there was 5 of them. The top 2 or 3 that's the prettiest always get play. So if you go into it thinking it ain't about getting with that prettiest girl, it's getting with just,
Nah, I mean, man, one time I had a chick, man. She had a 58-inch bunkie, man. 58 inches, man. And I went to her house 2 times, man. After that, I was like, I gotta work too hard, man. I used to come out of that thing sweating. I think I was losing weight. It's just too much work for me. I don't want to work that hard.
Well, you need to fish from the pier. You need to fish from a dock. You can't go deep sea fishing. I understand that deep sea fishing. You got to get on a big boat. You got to go way out in the ocean.
Right.
Some people ain't carrying that kind of meat, Naughty.
Nah, it ain't got nothing to do with that. It's about the amount of work you got to do to reel that marlin in. Catching the catfish is easier than catching a 300-pound marlin. You got to reel that thing. You need some help. You need somebody else.
You need heavy test line. You need stronger equipment. You need gloves on. You need somebody with a big net. You're right.
Correct. And she want to go every day. I can't. No, I'm losing. I'm already 130. I couldn't do it.
Tiffany, beautiful in Portland. So does that mean I should really smash that 300-pounder? Wondering minds want to know. Yeah, I mean, I'm not telling you who to smash, but I'm telling you that, you better pack a lunchbox if you decide to go that route.
I will say this: that girl who was 260, she was curvy though. She wasn't sloppy with it. She was big. She was a big girl.
They can be bodied.
Curvy, like it was. Yeah.
They can be bodied. I mean, everybody that might be a big back isn't like an unproportionate big back.
Right.
Yeah, there's some big backs that are they fit their frame, because she was a tall lady. Second topic of the night. Feel better, good folks from Southern Edge. Thank you, Southern Edge. We appreciate it. They sponsor the stews and everything that we've got going on. SouthernEdgeBeverageCO.com. Brandon Ayuk, Naughty Dread, and you and I, we talked more about the Cowboy stuff and more about the Dallas and Dak situation throughout the course of the day than we did other things. We didn't talk much about Brandon Ayuk. So I don't know your stance and or your thoughts on Brandon Ayuk. Since I started off the Dallas Cowboy conversation, Naughty, I'm going to pass the baton to you and let you delve into this thing first with your point of view and your take on Brandon Ayuk. Does he stay in San Francisco? Does he go? Is he being a brat right now? Should he take what they're offering? Is he a number one receiver? Take it wherever you want, Nadi, and then I will follow up.
Well, Brandon Ayuk, he had a good season last season, and in this offseason, he's seeing every wide receiver who had a decent season last year break the bank, and he wants to break that same bank, before something happens to him. You get hurt in the NFL. You want to secure your future. He had more catches than Debo. He played more games. He had more yards. They had the same amount of touchdowns, but the man clearly is comparable to the other receivers that got money in this offseason. So he wants to get his money. I have no problem with that. Now, reports are that the Steelers and the Patriots are really vying for his services. The Steelers are in the front, and it's reported by Dave Lombardi of The Athletic, who covers the 49ers, that the 49ers and the Steelers are this close to making a deal. It's just that the 49ers would like to have a receiver come back in that trade for Brandon Ayuk. Who could that be? I hope they don't think they're going to get George Pickens back out that deal. So,
right.
I mean, you got Calvin Austin, who might be available. But, yeah, so I think they should just pay the man.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. That gives us a whole lot to talk about. The 49ers have $32.7 million in cap space.
Correct.
This season.
Correct.
Okay. So they're limited, like every other franchise in the National Football League. They're limited in what they can spend for their roster. Now, every owner has the opportunity and the ability to spend over the cap. But if you do that, you get a tax. And the tax is really unbearable, even for these billionaires that own these teams. Okay? Does that make sense, Nadi?
I see where you're going.
Okay. All right. Do you disagree with anything that I've said to this point?
I think the owners, those billionaire owners, I think they got the money.
Okay. So they're willing to spend the money.
Yes, when they want to.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm fine with you saying that. And there's a part of me that thought you would say that. Okay? One thing, in my humble opinion, that the 49ers don't have to do is pay Brandon Ayuk. The majority of the teams in the National Football League, when it comes to cap space and what they're willing to spend, what they can spend without being taxed, are allowed to pay 2, maybe 3 players max money. Then if you're paying 3 players max money.
Correct.
Okay?
But then NFL got a hard cap. They got a hard cap, so you can't go over that number. No, it ain't no luxury tax like the NBA. You gotta stay at that number.
Okay.
$255 million, I believe that's what it is this year.
Okay. 3 players make up the bulk of that money. Everybody else will be a base player. So, Nadi, what the 49ers don't have to do is worry about Brandon Ayuk because they got Debo, and in Debo, if he's healthy and on the field,
correct.
Let me add that addendum. If he's healthy and on the field, with Debo, not only do you have a number 1 receiver, you got a running back, you got a flanker, you got a punt returner, you got a kick returner, you've got a dual position player, a 5-2 player on the football field. So after looking at the numbers that you sent me earlier about Brandon Ayuk and how he compares to all of the other top dogs, CeeDee Lamb, who's the other guys, Nadi? Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, all these guys.
Right.
Other than CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Ayuk actually has the better numbers. So one would think that the 49ers would say, you know what, we got to have him. But now my point to you is they've got 4 stars on the same side of the ball as Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah,
And
but 2 of them are injury prone.
And they've got young talent at the same position that plays as Brandon Ayuk.
They did draft Ricky Pearsall with the number 31 pick, the wide receiver out of Florida, who's comparable in size to Brandon Ayuk, but he's a rookie. You got Deebo Samuel, you know, he smashed against the wall every play. So he's dealing with injuries on a consistent basis. Christian McCaffrey, even though he played 16 games last year, we know his injury history when it comes to oblique pulls, you know, leg injuries. So you can't count on him playing every game.
All these people you were mentioning were healthy for the bulk of last year. Debo missed 3 or 4 games last season. But all these people that you're mentioning were healthy. The moral of the story is the last year. That's all we can go off of. You know, what have you done for me lately? You're only as good as what you just did. You're only as good as your last game of your last season.
Correct.
They got Kittle, a top 5 tight end. They got Christian McCaffrey, a top 5 running back.
Yeah.
They got Deebo Samuels. I'm not going to say a top 5 wide receiver, but on the cusp of being a top 5 utility player for sure.
Right.
Brandon Ayuk is expendable to the San Francisco 49ers if he's asking them to make him a top 5 paid player, where the guys we just mentioned, Chase, Jefferson, my guy from Green Bay who's now in Las Vegas with the Raiders, Freeman, Adams. Okay. If you're asking me to pay him what those guys are making, which is 30 plus a season, when you've got Kittles, you've got McCaffrey, and you've got he's
going rate. That's the going rate for a wide receiver these days.
But James, I'm Dread. He's expendable to the 49ers because of who they've got. And he needs to understand that.
And they got to pay Brock Purdy. He's going to have to come up. You got to pay your quarterback, who he's going to want.
Brock Purdy's the reason why they're allowed to even have the opportunity to have 4 superstars on offense. Yeah, and they still got to pay defenders.
I feel you what you're saying, but this is what I found out. I found out that these owners, they can work the salary cap a certain kind of way to have the money. They can always tie the bulk of the money into bonuses, put it on the front end.
We just talked about this, how it's their league. They can do and figure out ways to create deals and opportunities to get whatever player they may want from their buddy, or give their buddy something that will benefit him. It's their league. They figure out how to manipulate the system and the cap all the time.
Right. So are the 49ers a better team with Brandon Ayuk or without Brandon Ayuk? That's the question. And I think they're a better team with Brandon Ayuk.
There's no doubt that they're a better team with Brandon Ayuk, but he's expendable because they can give him up and get assets. They can get picks. They can get players. Somebody's going to want him.
Right.
Somebody's going to want him. Somebody's going to want him, and they'll be willing to pay him the $30 million he's looking for.
A good team. A good team like Pittsburgh.
The Patriots need him. The Pittsburgh Steelers need him. The Houston Texans need him or would want him. The Green Bay Packers would want him. Yeah, they are stacked. But again, if certain teams can create a certain amount of cap space, why not get him and add him to your roster?
And that's my whole point. Every team can create cap space if they want the player. The 49ers can create the same cap space. We just talked about the 49ers right now have $32 million. They're $32 million under the cap. A lot of that can be tied into bonuses. And you can keep his salary down to 10, 15 million a year. You just got to make sure you guarantee him 150 million.
I mentioned it to you a couple of seconds ago, Nadi, when we first started talking about this. Each team can really only pay 2 of them, sometimes 3. He would be the 49ers' 4th, and that is just on the freaking offense. Not talking about the defense. They got to stop people too. Not talking about the offensive line. They got a guy that wants to get more money, who deserves it because he's one of the best players in the league at that position, offensive tackle.
Well, guess what? The 49ers knew they weren't gonna pay this man a long time ago. Why they just didn't trade him along in the off so he can get a full training camp in?
I'm
They're
sure
hampering him and
yeah,
whatever team they go to, as well as
well,
hampering their own team.
they can do it because they're the ones that deem him as expendable. They're the ones that saying, yeah, we can't pay you what St. Brown is getting paid. We
Right.
can't do that because and the reason why they're this close to being able to have 4 guys is because Brock Purdy is on a rookie contract. The quarterback typically is the one player that is out of the 2 on every team's salary cap. So yeah, Brock Purdy's not costing them right now, but next year or the year after, he's going to cost them, and he's going to cost them a big number. Ayuk is expendable.
I agree. He's expendable. Let him go.
Okay.
Get the deal done. You should have did this long time ago. You didn't. You have a general manager. General manager's job is not only to work the cap for this year, but he has to work the cap for next year and the year after that and the year after that. That's what a good general manager does. This general manager knew, which is Lynch, he knew that it was going to be time to pay Ayuk sooner or later. And if we're not going to be willing to pay him, let's go ahead and make this move before we get to this point. Because now it just looks bad on everybody.
We're going to read some chat, but I'm going to tell a quick story first. It's the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, the Two Live Stews Experience pop-up style. Got a lot of things that's about to start happening on this platform. We're going to create more content for y'all to enjoy, and we're going to give y'all more opportunities to get in this chat room and do exactly what y'all been doing. Nadi, we're going to read some chat before we get out of here, but I'm going to tell you a story real quick along the lines of what you were just talking about. I was the 76th pick overall in 95 or 96. I went to Detroit early. I was there a month and a half before training camp started and before other players had to report. I told my agent, I do not want to be a holdout. I want to be in camp day one. Benny Blaze is getting older. I need to learn the system. I need to familiarize myself with what's going on so I can create an opportunity to be a starter in this league. I do not want to be a holdout. My agent at the time, Eugene Parker, said, I understand, but let me ask you a question. Do you want me to maximize your current earning potential? I said, of course. He said, okay, more than likely, we're going to have to hold out to do that. It's just the business, Ryan. I said, in good faith, I've reported a month and a half early. Can't you call the cap guy? At the time, it was Tom Lawan. I'm sorry. At the time, it was Chuck Schmidt. He was the general manager. Tom Lawan was being briefed or taught to be the cap guy. So can't you call the cap guy and let him know that I'm here in good faith and I want to start on time and we need to get my deal done? He's like, no, it don't work like that. My thing to him was, if they know when the season's starting and when camp's starting, and I'm here 3 to 4 weeks before I even have to be, how come y'all can't start talking now to get my deal done? His reply was, it's just the way it's done. I held out 4 days, ultimately getting one of the highest signing bonuses in the 3rd round because of that holdout. And Eugene Parker, God bless the dead because he's passed away now. He's going to glory. One time to you, Eugene, you were an amazing agent. Your clients all loved you. That's how I met Dion. He was representing Dion at the time. He represented all the Florida State guys. He had really big names. And Eugene Parker said, aren't you happy we held out? So I hear what you're saying. I get it and I understand. Ayuk's got to do what he's got to do. He's got to throw his weight around right now to optimize his earning potential. It's just part of the game. How come they didn't start talking a few months ago when they knew they were going to be where they are right now? Why they didn't get it done? It's just how it happens.
Right. That's an unfortunate part of the business.
It's just how it's just part of the business.
Right. It's unfortunate because now he's missing training camp. He get traded. He got to go to a new team. He got to learn the playbook all over again. He got to get in football shape. He might not be productive until week 6 or week 7.
And when you're not playing and doing what everybody else is doing, you're not going to be as in good of shape as everyone else. And you're more susceptible to possibly experiencing some type of injuries. If you got these 3-day-old bodies that's been doing 2 days in training camp and working in the heat in the sun, you got these week-year-old bodies or day-old bodies that's been in training camp and experienced and going through the rigmaroles of all that. When your muscles and your small twitch fibers and everything hasn't been firing like everybody else's, when you start trying to make them fire like everybody else's, you're more susceptible to injury. Now you get set back. You got to sit back and sit down again. Can't perform. Can't help the team. It's a real problem, which is what I didn't want to happen, and which is what I told Eugene Parker, but it still happened anyway because they didn't start talking and negotiating until camp started.
Right.
And why do they do that? To hold a fire to you too, because they know you want to be in there to maximize your earning potential.
Correct. Well,
it's just business.
It's business, but you got a lot of people in the front office who are hired because they're somebody's son or nephew, or it's part of the. And these people don't necessarily be the brightest people in the world. So sometimes they do stupid stuff. So
agreed. It's just part of the game, and everybody's playing the game. Your boys, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, the Two Live Stews. Doug's not here, but the Naughty Dread joined me tonight. Hey man, it's almost 9:45. Did it feel like that to you?
Oh no,
Thank you, man.
Anytime you talking
Thank you, man.
Sports is.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I
time
appreciate
flies
you
when you're having fun.
Time flies when you're having fun, man. Thank you, man. And guess what? We get to do it all over again in the morning. Give us some music on the way out, man, as we read a few of these chats. We'll start with that ninja. That ninja said, if you guessed or were told 260, she's $3 bills. No question about that. Rel Scott joined in again. I had a 324-pounder. Now let's talk about that. Rel, how did you know she was 324 pounds? Did you put on the scale, Rel?
That's the only way. I wonder if he had one of those scales where not a digital one, where you had to put the little slider on there. That's the only way you can actually get 324 pounds.
That's right. She was the cutest and kindest freak I've ever met during my backsliding days. No question. And the big backs gotta be they gotta be cooperative and kind and sweet. If they got that Niagara Falls, that's part of it. But also, if you cute and you pretty and you're the big girl, if you sweet and nice and will acquiesce to my desires and my cares, I can make more time for you, big girl.
They gonna treat you right, man, and they gonna cook for you.
Naughty, when you hit now, laugh out loud. Mr. Big Play Bray said, was you hit now, Naughty? The same 300-pounder you talked about earlier.
If she hadn't gained any weight and she had the same weight or a little bit less, yes, I would.
Dallas was the upper hand. How many teams need a quarterback? Maybe 9. The others don't need one. Very good point, man. Talking about Dak Prescott, and this should do us in the situation that we probably created ourselves. There's going to be 8 to 9 teams at the end of the year that is going to pay Dak Prescott what he requested, what he asked for, if the Cowboys don't do it. Period, point blank.
And that's what I was saying when Kirk Cousins had this same situation go on in Washington, and he was an average quarterback, but when he hit the free agent market, he was the first quarterback to get guaranteed money from Minnesota, and he made a buttload of money. He's one of the best sports businessmen that you'll ever find.
Dak, CeeDee Lamb, and Parsons need their money. So Jerry is dealing with the same situation that the 49ers are. You got 3 or 4 stars that's going to have to get paid. How are you supposed to do that? How do you choose? How do you decide? We can't pay Dak $65 million. He's going to cut into everybody's pocket if we give him $65 million. So at the end of the day, Jerry's hands are handcuffed to the point where he's got to be willing to let Dak walk.
You know what the equivalent would be if Dallas decided to pay Dak and not pay CeeDee Lamb, let him walk. CeeDee and Brandon Ayuk came in the league at the same time. But they're doing the opposite. They're gonna end up paying CD, I believe, but they're gonna let Dak walk, and that's an odd move to make.
Well, not if you got plans on getting Shedeur Sanders or another top quarterback, which Jerry will put himself in a position to do. That's something that everybody's overlooking. Dak had 36 TDs, 9 interceptions last year, and was second in the MVP voting. He definitely ain't Kirk Cousins. Thank you, Loose Neck Side. Now, you was trying to be disrespectful. You was playing podcast when you said that.
I said he is slightly better. He might be slightly better than Kirk Cousins. Slightly.
You can't look at Kirk Cousins and Dak Prescott as equals in this league. You just can't do it. My man Adrian Williams, Dak will remain a Cowboy. I don't see how. Not with the number he's going to garner. I don't see how. It don't work like that. Ollie Michelle, the great Ollie Michelle. Hey, Ollie. Thank you for chiming in and jumping in the chat room. We appreciate you. I know you're on the road. Happy birthday at Mocha Bella. It's a pop-up show in your honor. That's exactly right. Ollie is right. And she will be on the studio tomorrow morning doing an entertainment report. Welcome to Ollywood goes down in the third segment of tomorrow's show. Go ahead, Dre. What you about to say?
Oh, sweet Mocha. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, sweet Mocha. Thank you. Make sure you keep passing the word, Mocha. And real quick, man, I'm going to go ahead and do this. We've been riding our backs about it. No Two Live Stews weekend this year, y'all. And I'm going to be straight up honest with y'all. It's the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, and the Two Live Stews Experience, sponsored by the good folks from Southern Edge. I know. I agree. Hush. I'm trying to talk. Let me talk. Hush. Y'all, let me talk. 1 second. Damn. Southern Edge is demanding. There's a lot going on, and you can only be in one place at one time. And this fall, we're going to be on the road, moving around at different homecomings and all kind of stuff, tailgating, creating experiences for y'all to enjoy Southern Edge at y'all's favorite college campuses, making punches, making drinks, setting up tastings. We're going to be doing that. So because the schedule got a little inundated and just overwhelming, we're going to put Two Live Stews weekend on the back burner and bring it back next year bigger and better with all the sponsors that's coming to the table. And tons of sponsors are coming to the table. Run that rate sheet, Noddy. Tons of sponsors are coming to the table, y'all. A lot of people are wanting to be a part of what we're putting together and what we're building here at Stewart Media and Entertainment. Doug and Tree have created packages that will allow y'all to get action no matter what your price point may be. We got title sponsorships and other things as well. So a lot's going down. So we wanted to make the next Two Live Stews weekend the best Two Live Stews weekend, and we didn't want to half-ass it. Y'all deserve more. We're going to give you more and create more for you. All right? Chief Rocker, no, I'm not a Cowgirl fan or a Dak fan. Well, that's interesting for you to have the thoughts and the views that you had. Fly Tie, they will trade Dak for a top pick. No question. You got to go.
Well, they got to trade Dak now then.
Well, they're gonna get another year out of him. Cowboys could trade Dak to the Giants after the season for the number 1 pick and draft Shedeur. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Is all I was trying to convey to the team earlier this morning. There's several ways to skin this cat to make sure that Jerry gets who he wants in Dallas. And some are saying that's Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, but Rail needs to understand that after this season, Dak is a free agent. He has no restrictions or ties to the Cowboys. They cannot trade Dak after the season. If they're going to trade him, they got to trade him now.
Another good one. James Cooper. Appreciate you, James. Mike Ditka and the Ricky Williams trade. You remember that? You remember what New Orleans gave up to get Ricky Williams? It's possible, Dredd. It didn't work out, but it got done. It's possible.
Possible.
That's all I want you to understand, Dredd. There's 32 guys that are communicating and talking about their league like you, me, Tree, Ollie, Doug, and Dr. Scott communicate about this platform every day.
And you just
It's not
need
even-
one.
You just need one owner to say, hey man, I'm gonna call you tonight. You just need one owner to say, hey man, I'm getting on the yacht. I'm headed over to the Mykonos Islands. Can you meet me over there? Let's talk in person so there's no record about what we're going to agree upon. Why not say, legally, we can do this to make this trade happen? You can give me a first rounder. You give me 2 second rounders for the next 3 or 4 years, Boss Bossy. But also, I want you to buy some stock in this company and this company. Off the books. Use one of your offshore accounts. Why not, Dredd? It's just them.
It's possible. Denver need a quarterback.
Jerry got the Grim Reaper on his bumper. I love it. Dogs and Pools, man, we appreciate y'all. And because we got to get up in the morning, we can do this all night. We're going to do this more. We're going to find a way to create a Two Live Stews experience pop-up situation at a minimum weekly somehow. There's too much to talk about. There's just too much to talk about. Jim Harbaugh and what he did to Michigan.
Yes.
John
I need to
Gruden,
come up with a name for Jim. Some for Jim. Jim
he's
know how to
slicking-
work that system, man, and get up out of there right before the
slicking-
anvil come down on him.
He's slick as eel poop. He's slick as
Right.
eel poop. Reports are saying that John Gruden was seen decked out in Chiefs gear at Kansas City training camp.
Right. He been there 4 days straight. Like he begging for a job. John, it's over.
But if he got on their gear, they gave him
Right.
the gear to put on.
Hey, one thing
And
I
don't
know
act
about
like he's
Andy
got a
Reid,
brilliant mind.
Andy Reid don't give a damn what you do. If he like you, he'll lobby for you.
Simone Biles and what she's done, the Olympic team, and how the USA has somehow catapulted themselves at the top of this medal count with golds and overall medals. We'll talk about it all tomorrow on the Two Live Stews Experience. Skip Bayless leaving and taking his ball and going home, saying I'm never coming back, pissed off and mad because people don't like him no more and he ain't pulling in the number. I got Skip Bayless stories for days. For days. We're going to talk about it on the Two Live Stews Experience tomorrow. Yep. The SEC got 8 teams in the top 20. The Big Ten, the SEC and the Big Ten, they, at the end of the day, they are the top 20.
Correct.
What's going to happen in college football this year? The way things will be going on, how the SEC has grown. I mean, Deion Sanders has another new team this year in
Right.
Colorado.
Oh man,
We're
that
going to
money
talk about it
talking.
tomorrow, the Two Live Stews Experience. Yeah. Nick Saban talking about Caleb Williams and the struggles he may have and how he's set up to struggle as a Chicago Bear quarterback. We're going to talk about it tomorrow on the Two Live Stews Experience. Shouts out to the good folks from Southern Edge. We appreciate y'all. Southern Edge Beverage Company, SouthernEdgeBeverageCO.com. How you find us on the web. Shouts out to you, James. Not I appreciate you pulling up, man. Shouts out to every single dog and poodle that was in the chat room. We appreciate y'all. Thank you, Tree, for blessing us with the studio. Thank you, Ollie, for jumping in the chat. Tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, be here or be square. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. If you don't know him, you need to find him and show him love. That's all he's trying to show you. Nothing but love. To God be the glory. Last thing, Dredd. Peace. Appreciate y'all.
Peace.